Hello and welcome to the Tech Podcast. I'm your host Sukriti, and today we're going to talk about DevOps. DevOps is the combination of cultural philosophies, practices, and tools that increases an organization's ability to deliver applications and services at high velocity, evolving and improving products at a faster pace than organizations using traditional software development and infrastructure management processes can. To talk about this, the approach, the best practices, and business benefits of DevOps, I have with me Anupam Kulkarni, CEO and co-founder of IORO Systems. A strong advocate of inculcating the design thinking approach and storytelling to every aspect of life, Anupam tries to fuel the design centric approach for technology delivery at IORO. He plays the role of a primary consultant at IORO tech partners and has a good knowledge of past agile processes, design thinking, data analytics, and product development. Welcome to the show, Anupam.
Thank you, Sukriti. Thank you for having me here. Welcome all, and I look forward to a great session.
Thanks, Anupam, for agreeing to be a part of this conversation. Without any further ado, let's get on with the questions. So, the first one that I would want to know from you is what is DevOps and how it can actually be helpful to organizations?
Right. So, Sukriti, DevOps is, I'll start from this side. DevOps is a kind of a cultural mindset rather than only talking about tools or product processes or even skills and tech. And when I say cultural mindset, what DevOps is all about is how we can deliver faster solutions into production with ease so that the end consumers or customers who are using tech solutions in their day-to-day life, they get to see a new experience without any impact. So DevOps is all about the way of delivering production grade quality solutions.
Wonderful. How does DevOps influence progressive change and make it more critical to the organizations?
So DevOps, as I said, it's the way of delivering quality solutions into production. What it brings on table to the organization is the companies who want to cater to their end consumers, who want to deliver better experiences to their end customers and consumers. They can actually provide a new feature. Let's assume something like a Gmail, where Gmail comes out with a new feature on the fly without any of their users getting disrupted. That's what DevOps actually adds a value to an organization. So, a feature or a solution delivery into production without the end consumers even knowing it, and they just start using the same solution on the fly. So, as an organization, the best possible benefit they get out of DevOps is delivering faster solutions into production, B, reducing that time to market, and time to market today is a benefit every organization has. The faster and better solutions they're delivering to their end consumers, they're actually beating their own competition. So that's the second benefit. And the third benefit is because of the DevOps, you can actually bring in certain levels of standardization in the solutions or multiple solutions you are delivering. Consider the example of Facebook, where they have 3 different solutions out there, which is WhatsApp and Facebook and also Instagram. So all the solutions with the same quality, same standardization is what they can control using DevOps. And finally, what DevOps adds a real value to the organization is it saves a lot of time spent by the development and operations community in redundant or repetitive non-productive tasks like setting up the infrastructure or making sure that the standards are in place or making sure that all the unit test cases or the software which they are delivering is adhering to certain quality. So this is what DevOps actually gives back to organizations.
All right. So, why do you think enterprise DevOps transformations fail, Anupam?
Yeah, as I said in the beginning of my conversation, biggest thing which you need to understand in DevOps is it's not about processes, technology, skills, or people first, but it is more about culture. What kind of mindset you bring how you think about the entire transformation when it comes to DevOps. And that's a real challenge when it comes to DevOps. That is where a lot of organizations and companies fail to understand that DevOps is a iterative, recurring process, and it's a process which is a continuous evolution. So there is no end gate to DevOps. Like if we follow these kind of practices, if we meet this kind of a checklist, then we are DevOps compliant. Sure, you might be DevOps compliant, but then end of the day, why we all are working together is to add a real impact and value to the business, to the organization. So DevOps is a continuous evolution of the way solutions get delivered into production.
Right. So help me understand, what are the skills required to enable the entire DevOps culture in any organization, Anupam?
Sure. So when it comes to typical skills required when it comes to the understanding DevOps and implementing them, is one is you need to understand the agile methodologies, the way of delivering solutions into production. Second, you need to understand how you capture the requirements in the first place. So documenting, drafting the requirements in the right way, so that you can define the features which you want to roll out into the solutions. The third area which you need to build your skills into is able to build entire DevOps engine. I would put it that way. When I say DevOps engine, an engine which has infra layer automation at the base. Then it has environments which are typically required for developers, whether it's the test or the development environment or pre-production environments, setting up those. Then it's the entire branching ecosystem, which is again required by the development teams, till the point where you also set up a layer for compliances, security, standardizations, and then you set up one more layer, which is into the deployment, one-click deployment into production. And finally, once a solution has been deployed into production, what you also require is a skill of observability, where you keep on monitoring the solutions in real time. And if there are any problems or issues in the production, you need to have the ability to roll it back. So based upon these observability measurement criteria, you can take the right decision, where you can also have a one click kind of rollback mechanism, where you can go back to the old state of the solution. And in this entire process, the end consumers and customers are not impacted either in the service of the solution they are using, or also in the feature they are using. So these are all the skills you actually require when you're thinking about DevOps transformation.
All right. So, what are the characteristics of a positive DevSecOps future, and how do you think the entire transformation roadmap actually looks like?
So in terms of the DevSecOps future, what we think, or what is happening is there are a lot of new areas which are becoming a first priority. When I say first priority, security. If you take that as a particular segment, security now is not just a phase which you need to adopt into your solution development at the end of the line, but it is something which is moving at the start or shifting left in the entire development process. So right when you are thinking about building solutions, so is your solution secured enough in the first go itself? Are you following the standardized pipelines which you have defined upfront? Are you using the pipelines to deploy solutions into productions? What kind of security controls you are putting in right at the upfront, whether it's threat modeling or penetration testing or security analysis? So these are the characteristics of the positive DevSecOps kind of a future. Along with this, in our experience, a lot of our customers are also moving to a zero trust kind of an architecture, where you do not, so the definition of that is basically you do not trust anyone, no matter their login locations or no matter which network they are in and out. You have to give them access. Their identity has to be identified, verified upfront. The privileges or the data access, the roles has to be defined upfront. Limit the numbers of private privilege accounts upfront as well. Review the logs. So basically, having security as a service upfront in a layer of DevOps. That's what a good characteristics of a DevSecOps future lies ahead.
Okay. So, we spoke about the DevOps culture. We spoke about the transformation that organizations are trying to look at, and the success and failure of the kind of that's there in the market right now. Help me understand what are the potential opportunities for IT professionals with DevSecOps or with DevOps expertise.
Yeah, so in terms of the opportunities, in terms of DevSecOps, how I will try to differentiate is I will first pick up the current IT scenario, the solutions which are getting delivered today, and also will try to paint the future, which we will see within the next 5 to 10 years as well. So if you pick up the current IT scenario situation where a lot of companies want to build solutions, digital transformation journeys, which they want to adopt, and deliver a better experience to their end consumers. In this particular current situation, the current demand of DevOps engineers is on a rise. And when I say is on a rise, what you need to build or what you need to look at and you are looking for to solve the current DevOps need is you need to understand the basics of Agile. You need to understand and have a good certification into understanding of containerization, whether it's Kubernetes or whether it's on the line of orchestration. You also need to have a good understanding or maybe certification also into the cloud native and cloud ecosystems, maybe it's AWS or Azure. And at the same time, you need to understand various stages which are required within the DevSecOps, which is whether it's plan, develop, build and test, packaging, deployment, security, observability. And for every such stages, you have different kind of tool sets which you need to understand. But this is what I just described is the current need and current demand in the IT segment. Now, in the future, what is going to happen is one segment which I would pick up is telecom as a vertical, where we are seeing an entire transformation when it comes to 5G adoption and 5G implementation. With 5G, the speeds of network are going to evolve at a very faster pace, which will bring back a huge amount of demand for IoT-based solutions or edge computing-based solutions. And when we are looking at edge computing, think smart cities or think smart buses or anything on that lines. If you're working on a smart city kind of a solution, you should be able to deploy a software on a, let's say, a smart camera located in some city on some street by sitting in one room. And that's the power of, or that's the future of DevOps as well, where you should be able to deploy a particular solution remotely, securely on a particular edge device or edge computer. Another segment, again, a future of DevOps demand, which I can highlight, is the entire transformation happening in the automobile segment. So we know the Teslas of the world, where they are actually building cars. Imagine hundred thousands of Teslas running on the road, and there is a new software update which has to be installed on those hundred thousands of cars. Now, you no longer have to bring those cars back to a service station. You can actually deploy those software updates on the fly from the cloud by sitting in one single room. Now, that's again the power of DevOps. So what I'm trying to highlight now is today we are still working on the solutions which are catering for the problems of the today. But in the next 5 to 10 years, we will see a lot of areas and a lot of business verticals opening up, whether it's the smart cities, IoT, edge computing devices, whether it's the autonomous or connected cars ecosystem, there's a solution, and hence DevSecOps as a skill has a huge potential for the future.
Those were some fantastic insights, Anupam. Thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure speaking with you about the benefits that organizations can actually drive from DevOps and the various aspects that are trending in the market right now. Thank you so much, Anupam.
Thank you, Sukriti. Thank you again for having me on this podcast. And to the entire Tech Geek listeners, I would just try to put in this way that the future of DevOps and DevSecOps is going to be very positive. And if you can pick up the right skills and the right domain, I think you have a very huge potential in the coming future. I take this opportunity to wish every listener of Tech Gig and happy Diwali and safe holidays. Thank you again, Sukriti, for having me here.
Thank you so much, Anupam. Audience, thank you so much for listening. Hope you had some great takeaways regarding your career progression in the DevOps or DevSecOps. I will be back with another podcast super soon. Time to sign off. Stay tuned to TechGeek for all the latest tech updates and happenings.